Hey up everybody, Magpie Gaming here, and in this video we're going to bring you the latest news for PUBG. A little bit to go into today, but not too much. There's not a massive amount of news about this game out there right now. The main news is that the 4x4 square kilometer map is currently on the experimental test server for people to use. Now this isn't the same test server that everybody has access to. This is an experimental one that's been created for, I don't think it's just for this map, I think it's for them to test other things as well. But I think the actual test server was maybe getting a bit overloaded, a lot of people were using it, so now this experimental one is invite only. And basically what that means is for this 4x4 square kilometer map, or for the Savage map as they've been calling it, you had to go to a website that was created by PUBG, apply for a key, and then for everybody that went, you was given a key instantly. Now I don't understand why they're doing this. I think they're basically doing it so that they can control the amount of people that have access. I think they want to control the amount of people that are playing so that they can get better feedback. I think having way too many people on wasn't really giving them the feedback that they needed, so I think they're now controlling the numbers on this map, at least up to now. And I think the testing lasts until tomorrow. I think they was doing around 48 hours of testing on it, or 72 hours, and then I would assume that as long as the testing has gone well, it will go to the main game within the next few weeks or so, I would have thought. So maybe it needs a bit more testing, I don't know. I've played a little bit of it, I've played around 40 minutes on it, and it's hard to get a proper idea of how well it plays because I've been playing solo. So I think for solo I don't enjoy the game too much. I prefer to play in a team, but nobody else that I know that plays was currently online to play, so I've played it as solo. Now you can see from the images in the background, you get quite a good idea of the size of this map. It is very small. It is a lot smaller than what we're used to. Now whether that's going to make for more intense games, I would assume so, as do a lot of the other people. And will it make for quicker games? I'm not too sure. I think that the circles still close the same as they do on the large maps, so we'll have to wait and see on that one. But I think it will create a more intense environment for players. Obviously a lot smaller, there's less buildings to explore. Between the buildings and the little communities on these islands, because there's 3 islands that are grouped together, you've got a fair bit of open space, but this open space is populated by a lot of foliage, a lot of trees, bushes, things like that. So there's not like massive amounts of open space, which was one of the criticisms that was aimed at Miramar, was that it was just too open between the population centres. So that's been cut out in this map at least, and it's got a kind of Malaysian theme going on. You've got the thatched roof huts, the tin roof huts, you've got some like ruins here and there. So yeah, I quite like the look of it. Again, I can't give a really informed opinion on it because I prefer to play in a team, which I think a lot of people do. But first impressions are quite good. I quite like it. I quite enjoyed it a little bit that I played, even though I am way out of kilter with PUBG right now. I've not been playing at all recently, so I actually got wasted in every game that I went into, but there you go. So yeah, first impressions not too bad. Now one of the things that I really want from this game, and I think it's something that they're going to have to give in and give us soon, is a map select. The amount of people that are playing this game, the fact that you've only got 2 maps up to now, soon to be 3, I do not understand why they can't give us a map select. There aren't that many modes, there aren't that many splits or divisions within the community. Yes, you've got regional servers, etc, etc, but you will still be able to populate every game, surely. There has to come a point where they have to give in and give us a map select. It is the main criticism that people are levelling at this game right now, above even the cheats within the games, which seems to have calmed down recently. The cheats doesn't seem to be as big as it was. Obviously they're still very much tackling that, but the thing with this game is now, if you read the news, which obviously I do, I read a lot of it every day, PUBG is losing ground to Fortnite, and it's losing it big time. It is losing a lot of ground to Fortnite right now, and it needs to pick up its game. Fortnite and PUBG, they're the same genre, but I think you could class them as completely different games. Fortnite's very cartoony looking, it's very much aimed at, there's not a massive emphasis on accuracy or things like that. Obviously there is accuracy within it, but you're not too, it's not got to be pinpoint like what you get in PUBG. PUBG is a lot more simulation, a lot more, I don't want to say it, but it's a lot more grown up than like Fortnite is. Fortnite appeals to a different set of players as to what PUBG does, but I think PUBG kicked off this whole genre, it got it all going, it got it all rolling, and it is losing ground to Fortnite right now, so it needs to do something to pick up its game. They've added weapon skins, those are coming into the game, but again, those are just going to get moaned at because people will collect them and sell them. They're just going to look to buy them to sell them, or harvest them to sell them, should I say. But Fortnite's doing a lot of microtransactions now, and that is working for Fortnite. It's working for them very well. Now, they estimate that there's only around 5 to 6% of actual Fortnite players that buy the weapons, the skins and the microtransactions and the things that you can buy in Fortnite, but those 5 to 6% are funding this game for everybody else. So I don't think that necessarily that's a bad thing. Now, there was an April Fool's tweet that I saw yesterday that said that PUBG was going to be going free to play. It was going to go down the same route as Fortnite. Now, I am assuming, because I couldn't find any news on this anywhere else, that was in fact just an April Fool's thing. But would that be so outlandish for PUBG to do? And I don't think it would be. I think going free to play would definitely put them back on a level with Fortnite. It would gain them a hell of a lot more players. So, but right now I don't think it's something that they're going to go for. But it is something that they could go for because they've generated so much cash out of this game. Generated a hell of a lot more than what Fortnite have, and Fortnite seems to be doing a hell of a lot better. Okay, Fortnite's from a more bigger, well-established studio, but PUBG's catching up fast on that front, so go free to play. Could be something that they might look at in the future, but we'll have to wait and see on that one. Now, another thing that I wanted to mention on was the mobile version of PUBG. Had a lot of downloads, had a lot of people praising it, but there are a lot of people out there rigging up their mobile versions with mouse and keyboard and going in and absolutely decimating everybody. So right now I don't think the playing field on this version of the game is very fair. They say that they're not going to stop that, it isn't something that they could stop, it's just a consequence of being on mobile versions that you can link to keyboards and mice. I don't think that's fair. I think if it's a mobile version it should be touchscreen mobile only, but I don't know, I haven't touched the mobile version. I did download it and I did start it up, but I never played the match in it. I've not really got an interest in it since I've got PUBG on the PC. I'll play it on there first and foremost, and I'm not really a person that takes my phone out and does gaming outdoors or when I'm travelling or whatever. So yeah, it's not really a version I'm going to touch, but I can understand people's concerns with that. People rigging up a mouse and a keyboard to it, it's going to give them a big advantage over those using simply touchscreen controls. And that is pretty much all the PUBG news I've got for you today. Of course, I will keep the news coming as and when I get it, so if you want to keep up to date with the latest PUBG news, don't forget to subscribe. Press the little bell icon, although I think right now for YouTube that is broken, so if you want to check not just on me but your favourite YouTubers, do make sure you go to their page and you will be able to look at what videos they've uploaded recently, because I don't think this bell icon notification system is working properly right now. YouTube seems to think that it's working fine, but pretty much every YouTuber on the platform right now says that it's broken, so don't forget to go to the pages and check out for the latest videos. As always, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, do all that ooey stuff as well, and I will catch you in the next one. Take care.